Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Sabacc, how to do it, how to play it, understanding it a little bit better with me playing a full game while I'm live. But I am going to explain the game as it is in its raw form with all the symbols and logos and such things. However, if that's not your thing that you want to do, if you go into settings and you go down to gameplay, scroll all the way down to mini games, and these can be changed. So this is the original thing that I'm going to be explaining right now with the symbols and numbers, but you can change it to just show you the numbers instead of having to work out the icons on these cards, which is pretty goddamn good. You can change everything to do with this game that is important. So fast mode I like, so after you finish your turn it will just zoom around all the other people, so I just turn that on. If you don't want that to ruin your immersion, turn it off. Now the cheat mini game is not that difficult. Nix goes to look at some cards and you basically get a circle with a smaller circle inside, and then you will have to press the button in time with when your circle meets the inner circle. You'll see it in this video, so you'll be able to see what I mean. So I just keep that on so that it's just a little bit of a mini game, but you can turn it off and it will auto complete. So I definitely prefer having the numbers on, but I feel like if you wanted to experience the game for what it is meant to be, I'm explaining it with the symbols. So let's do that. Now the game basically is you put in a buy-in and then you play against other people, 3 people to be specific, and your goal is to get the best hand but also try to drain people of their tokens so that they can't do things like specifically drawing new cards. If they don't have the tokens to do it, they can't change their hand, their starting hand. Now I've got it on the speed up version of it, so you're going to see as it's going around the other people it's a little bit faster. So in my hand right here we have 2 cards, so you can see that my 2 cards, I have like a rhombus on the yellow and then like 2 arrows on the red. Basically those are the numbers 5 and 2, and I'll show you that in a second. What you're looking to do with this game is use the highest card and take away the lowest card. So my hand here is worth 3. The 5 from the rhombus shape, take away the 2 triangles, that leaves me on 3. This is an okay hand. It's not the best hand. If someone gets 2, 1 or a pair, then I lose straight up. You want to get as close to 0 as possible by taking away your biggest number from your smallest number. So on the right over here you can see the values of each card. You've got 1 triangle for 1, 2, 3 and 4 triangles for 2, 3 and 4. Then you get the rhombus for 5, and then 6 is the rhombus plus 1 triangle. You got to think of it like Roman numerals, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 plus 1 is 6. Those are all the cards that you need to remember for the terms of individual numbers, but there are a couple of other cards that we also need to talk about. So we have also Psylop and Imposter cards. So over here you can see that the yellow card has the number 1 on it and the red card has a circle on it. Basically the circle is a copy card. It will copy the value of the other card, giving you a Sabacc because you have a pair. I do believe that if you have like a 1 on the yellow card and a circle on the red card and you get your Sabacc, someone else who has 2 1s will beat you, because I think the circle card, as far as I understand it, the circle card is a lower value than if you had 2 of the same cards. However, if you have 2 of those circle cards, as you can see over there on the right, we have pure Sabacc, the best hand. So if you can find a way to get those 2 circles, 1 on the yellow card, 1 on the red card, you will win straight up. Standard Sabacc over there, you can see we have the 3 and the 1 of the red circle. That will give you a pair Sabacc hand. And then you have imposter cards. When you get the one with like the little 3 lines, that will essentially allow you to roll a dice, and whatever values drop, you get to choose what value you want that card to be. So if you roll and you get a 1, you can make a Sabacc by having the 1 that you rolled. It's just a chance, it's a luck type thing. I'll try and get it done in this match that we're about to play. Everything else is kind of just happens as it's happening. So this is the game. You can, if you want to, send out Nix to go and look at other people's cards to see what they have. It's a little bit of a mini game you have to do, which I didn't know at first, and essentially if you mess it up they become suspicious of you. If they get too suspicious you get banned from playing Sabacc. But let's look at our hand. Right, we have the yellow card, that's a rhombus, which is 5, and the 2 triangles, which is the red card. In the bottom left you can see I have 4 tokens. It costs 1 token to draw a card. So if I go into my drawing section here, I can pretty much win just by picking up this card. You get 2 cards that are shown to you and 2 sets of cards that have nothing on them. So if these 2 don't match the card that you have in your hand, you're better off drawing blind from these 2 sections. So essentially, if this wasn't 2 on the yellow card, I would pick it up from here and hope to hit a 2. However, I'm going to pretty much win with this hand. So if I take this card here and then we're going to discard the rhombus one, I now have a Sabacc hand, a pair, 2 2s. The only things that could beat me is 2 1s and 2 of the circle cards. So for right now, my best interest just sticking with these 2 cards and getting through the game. So I'm just going to stand as we get over to... So now that I have my Sabacc, let's talk about these. These are basically just buffs to the game that you can play, or, you know, things to negate other players. You will be able to change these and stuff as you're going through the game. You'll pick up new ones with different kind of abilities. This one here, other players are taxed 1 chip. The total amount of chips you have is 4. If you don't have any chips left, you can't draw. You have to stand with whatever hand you have. So playing this at the right time will get some of your enemies stuck without being able to draw, which means you'll probably beat them a little bit easier. This one's pretty obvious. You know, you retrieve 2 chips, which allows you to have more chips. And then this one, avoid the draw for this turn. So I could have played that last turn and kept all of my tokens. The more tokens you have at the end, you win the round. So let's just forget them and let's just stand. So I am happy with my 2s. So I'm just going to let all these people play their game and then hopefully we'll win this round. Usually after round 1, someone gets knocked out because they have no chips left, which means then you play a second round against the people who are remaining, but whoever won that round will have more tokens to play with and the other ones will have less. So that one where I can remove 1 token, probably better playing it on another round rather than the first round, because people are going to have less tokens in the next round. So I am set now. This should be the last time I need to stand, and hopefully no one has anything better than me. So that's my Sabacc. You can see it over here on the left, all their cards coming together. This guy's doing his imposter card, so he has to roll. So if he picks something that could have beat me there. Oh, so that person drew with me because he got a Sabacc too, the same cards as me. So we both have 4, which means we go into playing against each other because the other 2 didn't have as good cards. Now I've got a 5 here on the yellow and a 4 on the red. Both of these cards are not good enough. I need to get them both lower to like 1, 2, etc. Because while this equals to 1, because you take away the 4 from the 5, it will equal to 1. That's a very low number. He might have something that is 4 take away 3, which is also 1, but it's better than my hand that I have, because my 2 cards are higher in value even though they equate to 1. So I want to get these as low as possible. So let's go to the draw pile, see what we've got. So the 2 that are showing to me are pretty useless. This is the same card that I have, and that one's higher. So I need to now draw blindly from these cards. So I am going to take a brand new yellow card, because even if I get just 4, I have a Sabacc. So if I can't figure anything else out before the end of the game, at least I've got a Sabacc. So, you know, we can take this and go. Hopefully we get at least a 4. Oh, so I've got an imposter card, which at the moment is better than my 5 card. That's not the one I want to discard. So let's get rid of that. So now essentially I have 4 plus whatever I roll with that hand for the imposter card. So let's just go back into the draw pile and let's have a look at what we can get. So here's my problem now. I could go here and get a lower card and then hopefully roll a good roll with my imposter card, or I can draw from the yellow pack and try to get a 4. I think this is probably the safer bet for me, because if I get like a 1 here now, I got a 5. So that's more useless than it was. So now I'm stuck basically. I'm probably going to lose this game because there's not enough turns for me now to keep drawing. All I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from that red pile. But first, let's just play me retrieving 2 chips. So I've just withdrew my 2 chips. I've retrieved them. I think what that means is that when this game's finished, I'll still have some tokens so I can play the next round again. I won't lose all my chips. So essentially we're going to draw, and again we're going to draw from the red card, and hopefully get something lower than a 4, and then get a good roll on the imposter roll. I don't even know if I'm playing this correctly, but this seems to be the best thing for me. So now we've got a 3 and imposter. This is all I can do now. I just need to roll and hope for the best. He's also rolling. He's got a 3 and an imposter as well, which is pretty goddamn funny. He's got the exact same hand as me. Right, so roll the dice. Go on, roll them, roll them, roll them. So the problem is I don't know what these are called. Oh, so you see, you got here the selecting value. So you ignore the. I always look at the dice, but down here it tells you what the value is. So this one here is a value of 3. So when I pick this one, I should win because I have an imposter 3 and the red card 3 value as well, which will be a Sabacc. It's a pair. It takes me down to a total of 0, 3 take away 3. So I beat this guy. He's now down to 1 token. I've still got 4 tokens, so I still have to play him. But now I can play my card, hopefully, if he doesn't draw. No, okay, so he's wasted his token anyway. So for me now, I'm set. I've got a good amount that I can do. He has to stay with the cards that he has in his hand because he has no more tokens. So I basically could keep this and try to roll a 1 again, but I feel like it's probably better for me to try and just get 2 1s and finish off this game. So let's draw from the yellow pile. Hopefully get a 1. No, so we got a 3. So I'm still going to stick with my imposter roll because you can roll a 1. So I'm in a good position right now, but it could all go wrong. He has to stay with his card. So, you know, I've got a lot of freedom in what I'm doing. I'm just going to play this free draw here to keep one of my tokens. Just for any reason that I lose, I'll still have some tokens to play the next round to continue it. Hopefully now I get a 1. Give me a 1. Another imposter card. God damn it. God damn it. Right, so there's no point in me not drawing now, because I can beat him if I get a 1. Or I might even be able to beat him if I get a 2, because chances are with his first hand that he got and changed the card, he probably didn't get the best hand because he has no more tokens to draw. So it's a 6. So we don't want the 6, so let's discard that, because otherwise that would leave me with 5. 6 take away 1. So now I just need to get a good roll, and I need his hand to be bad, essentially. I really dislike this part where I can't see what's on his cards. Like, I don't understand those symbols yet. That's over there on the left. So it's really kind of frustrating. What have we got? What have we got? A 6 and a 2. So I'm going to take this 2. 2 take away 1 is 1. Hopefully that's lower than what he can achieve, but I'm not sure. No, he won. So I've had to give up 1 token. So now we're both playing with 1 token. Because I didn't know what his thing was. Like, I didn't understand what he had. So I got a perfect Sabacc here off the bat. 5 take away 5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw out Nick's and have a look at what his cards are. Hopefully, if I can play this game right. I can't remember what the button is that you have to press. So you got to get it in that circle. So he's got a 4 and a 3. So I should win because he's got 1. He's got a 1. I've got a 0. A Sabacc is 0. So I don't need to do anything. I don't need to draw. I can just stand. And hopefully, now, I will win. Because he can't change his cards. And I've got a Sabacc. I've got a perfect pair. I believe. I hope. Boom. There you go. I won. I won. So the game is basically getting the lowest number possible and also playing your tokens in the correct place and make sure that you have tokens at the end of a round. So I won 150 credits. So essentially what I did there is I knew I was going to lose one of the rounds. So I used my 2 token retrieval so that I had more tokens available so that when I did lose, I could play the next round because I had abundance of tokens. And that's it. That's Sabacc. You know, you just got to try and get the lowest number possible between your 2 cards. If you get pairs and you get to 0, then that's a Sabacc and that's great. If you get a pair that's 2 5s, you know, you're at more of a risk. If someone has 2 3s, 2 2s, 2 4s, or 2 1s, they're going to beat you because they have the higher Sabacc. So yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that helped you understand it a little bit more. I know when I first started playing it, I was very, very confused. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.